know this is Pawn, Drunk Boxer, a.k.a. Mr. Moo Shine himself, a.k.a. El Bobo, a.k.a. El Sazon, a.k.a. El Borracho. Ladies and gentlemen, it's embarrassing, y'all. I mean, it's cool, but it's still embarrassing that you got Mike Tyson, you got Roy Jones, Julio Cesar Chavez. You got Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. You're going to get Oscar de la Hoya this September 11th. And they are as active as the relevant boxers today. Wow. Ain't that some ish? They are as active as relevant boxers today. And this is the reason why boxing is not a growing sport. It's not a dying sport, but it's not a growing sport. You still got the veterans, you still got the legends carrying the sport of boxing. What's going on here? Ladies and gentlemen, you got T.O., Devin, Ryan, Bud Crawford, Earl Spence. Who else? You could say practically all of them that only has fought one time in the span of 12 months, or about to be 12 months. What's going on here, folks? I mean, how can we grow the sport of boxing if the relevant fighters are not relevant? It even sounds crazy the way I said it, because they're not as relevant. They're not crossover success. I mean, we got Jake Paul, Logan Paul carrying the sport of boxing. Of course, Canelo Alvarez, because minus Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez guy, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be fighting 4 times in the span of what? 9-10 months. No wonder that he is the cash cow of the sport of boxing. This is minus Canelo Alvarez, because Canelo Alvarez is, yes, he's carrying the sport of boxing. But other than Canelo Alvarez, who's doing anything? I'm not talking about just fighting once time. Nah. I'm talking about actually carrying the sport of boxing, actually growing the sport of boxing. The ambassador. Who is the ambassador of the sport of boxing? Other than the Canelo Alvarez, the Manny Pacquiao, the world. Manny Pacquiao, this career should not be carrying the sport of boxing. Manny Pacquiao at this point of his career should not be carrying it, even though that he's a freak of nature. But you understand what I'm trying to say. And I'm not this type that likes to be frustrated with the sport of boxing, because I believe that talent-wise, looking at the division, the stacked division, I believe that boxing is really at its peak in terms of skill set. Now, I don't know about challenges, but in terms of skill set and in terms of stacked up division, if you really match these guys up, even in women boxing, even if you match them up real good, I'm gonna tell you like this: boxing will be beautiful. The reason why there's no really video games in the sport of boxing, because who's going to be in the cover of the sport of boxing? Probably one of the legends. Who's going to be in the cover of the sport of boxing in which you could sell the sport? Canelo Alvarez. But let's say other than Canelo Alvarez. Because that's just one. And I do things that takes more. Tell me, folks. Then this fly keeps on. Tell me, folks. If there was a game today other than Canelo Alvarez, who's going to be in the cover? Maybe this is why it's hard to invest in boxing, even as a video game, because we're going to put Oscar de la Hoya again? Or we're going to put Floyd Mayweather? Matter of fact, they'll be so crazy enough, they'll put Jake Paul. They'll be so crazy enough to put Jake Paul. And are you going to cry, bitch, and moan? No, you can't. You can't. What's going on, promoters? I'm going to tell you like this. Are promoters cashing out? Are these dinosaur promoters? And shout out to all the promoters, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. Are y'all cashing out? Is Bob Arum cashing out? He don't got enough time. Huh? Is Eddie Hearn doing what he needs to do? Yeah, he has done a good show, but for real, he hasn't even gotten one of the biggest shows in the UK in Kell Brook and Amir Khan. He ain't make that fight happen. And here in America, we ain't making no Earl Spence and Bud Crawford. We didn't make no Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Shit, Canelo Alvarez been doing so much that Canelo Alvarez is actually, he's in another level. He's outgrown everybody in his own era. This is why you have a Canelo Alvarez versus the Caleb Plant. But do a lot of people know who Caleb Plant is? Even boxing is even so bad in terms of that Caleb Plant can't even use his complexion for the protection. Crazy. I mean, boxing relevancy with these fighters and the promoter, whoever's promoting the plan, whoever's his team, it's so bad that even you can't even play the race card on this one. You can't even make him the Great White Hope. You couldn't make what's his name? Joe Smith Jr. the Great White Hope. If it was another era, man, please, man. Yo, they'll be cooking this up, but they so lazy in boxing, they don't even want to cook it up. They didn't want to cook it up. They can't even write a good script. We got a shot. We got to give credit to Oscar De La Hoya. Going to be fighting also on September 11th. On September 11th, we got Amanda Serrano getting pushed by Jake Paul. Out of anybody in the sport of boxing, she's getting pushed more by Jake Paul, a guy that's supposed to be an outsider. And this is why I'm giving credit to Jake Paul, because at least he's doing something for one of the best female fighters ever, one of the best fighters ever, in Amanda Serrano. She's getting more exposure on the Jake Paul event because a lot of the boxing people didn't know what to do with her or even show her the type of love that she deserves. And this is why they got to go to the MMA. Shout out to Clarissa Shields as well. Skill set's supposed to be $1 million fighters, and they barely can even scrap 500,000. And that's not their fault. It's our fault as well as fans. Because also as fans, we devalue a lot of people. We devalue a lot of fighters. We discredit a lot of fighters. Even when there's fighters out there that's doing the right thing and accomplishing great things and really challenging themselves, having unification bouts, having undisputed bouts. Was a lot of people breaking the story with Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez? Was a lot of people breaking the story? I mean, of course, the Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez was good. 4.2 million at ESPN, but the relevancy, it didn't keep the momentum. That Triller deal was supposed to be a big deal. It didn't keep the momentum. So now you got Teofimo Lopez that haven't even fought in almost a year. Young, 23 years old, that haven't fought in a year. You got Ryan Garcia, that the last fight he fought was in January versus Luke Campbell. We don't know when he's going to fight again. I don't know, folks. I don't know. We got Keith Thurman. He got to voice some boxing, but when's the last time we saw him? We got to beg a Bud Crawford to fight somebody great or somebody legit in the welterweight division. We got Sean Porter, but look, this is so good of a fight, so great of a fight, knowing that this is not the fight that the fans want to see, but we just want to see Bud Crawford with somebody. Ay, Dios mío. You know, I want to give shout out to all the boxing content creators because we holding it down. Even with the lack of content that we do receive, because we come with some great stories, and for the people that do come out with narratives and things of that nature, which I don't agree with, but at least you coming out with something. You trying to give something to the boxing community, because in reality they're not giving anything really to us on a daily basis, 24/7 to work, because boxing is around the world, it's working around the clock. But how much content are they really giving us, or how much content are we making up? Ladies and gentlemen, the boxing content creators have become a bunch of gossip girls, including here yours truly. We like gossip girls and shit like that. This is a gossip show because the sport of boxing is not giving us enough. I'm not saying that it's not giving us nothing. I'm saying it's not giving us enough. And then now that athletes got a platform, a social media platform, where they could have a relationship with their fan base, they leave it alone. Virgil Ortiz, you just finished fighting, but don't escape, don't leave the limelight. Keep yourself relevant and talk to your fans. Boots, talk to your fans. Keith, talk to your fans. Bud, even when he talks, it's boring, so probably just keep doing what you're doing. Don't leave the spotlight. Don't leave. You need to do your job to this is your money as well. This is the money in the bag. This is the money on the table. And it seems like these, you know what I notice about these boxers? They know hustlers. They not a hustler. They don't know how to hustle, man. Y'all leave so much money on the table. You got people in other entities coming to the sport of boxing like the Paul brothers and taking that money or taking that food from you, man. They taking your food. And you got to respect the hustle because they taking your food. Because y'all motherfuckers just too laid back. Too laid back in the combat sport. Too laid back. You know why Floyd Mayweather got so much money? Because he took the food, he snatched it, he ate it up, and he want more. You know why Floyd Mayweather keep on coming up? You know why all these guys, Mike Tyson, you know why Manny Pacquiao, you know why? Because there is a lot of money in the sport of boxing, and they know there's a lot of money in the sport of boxing, and they're like, yo, these young dudes don't want to take this money. Y'all don't really want no part of this. Hey, yo, they called each other up, the legends called each other up, yo, let's get this bread. Let's get this money, because they don't want this. There's too much money on the table, man. Too many sponsors, too many investors is coming to the sport of boxing. Let's get paid, yo. They're gonna what? They're gonna give me this money for an exhibition? Yo, Oscar De La Hoya was been contemplating coming back for like 15 years. He's like, no, nah, that's it. It's just too much money. Y'all don't want this money? Canelo, you gonna leave me? Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that money that you just. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that money that you just left behind from me. You know what I'm saying? You left that DAZN money. I'm going to get that Triller money. Talk. Oh, you know, I'm just a fighter. You know, I don't talk. Man, talk. Fuck out of here, man. You going to let other people talk for you? You going to risk your life? And you going to let people talk for you? Man, talk. Everybody talk, yo. Come on, didn't Muhammad Ali's the great? Didn't he give you a blueprint to get your bread? Huh? Didn't Mike Tyson give you the blueprint? Huh? Come on, man. They didn't even want to invite y'all to the late night talk show. They didn't even know how y'all talk. The sport of boxing is not growing because the boxers today that's supposed to be relevant do not want to grow the sport. Y'all are some selfish ass motherfuckers. I'm gonna say it like this on that. And I love y'all. Y'all my modern day warriors, modern day gladiators. Y'all put your life on the line for my pure entertainment. But I'm telling you like this, y'all doing a fucking horrible job for the youth that's coming into the sport of boxing. Because by the time y'all career ends, ain't nobody wanna invest in the sport of boxing. And this is why I think that right now, these promoters are getting those, stashing that network money, that budget. Man, let me get that budget money. Bob Aarons giving it to his kids, his grandkids, or whatever. Let me get this budget money, man. These motherfuckers don't even know how much they worth. That's the thing. That's the catch. The more that they could keep you from knowing how much you worth, because these networks probably don't know shit about boxing. They'll tell them, yo, I promise you, I got you like 15 championship fights. And the networks be like, oh my God, that sounds great. 15 championship fights. You got 15 champions on the brother. Yeah, we got 15 championship. Yeah, shut the fuck up, WBH. I'm trying to make a deal out here. We got 15 champions, all right? Yeah, we got 15 champions. Let me get that re-up deal with the Fox. Let me get that ESPN deal. Man. Don't get mad. Don't get mad at Jake Paul. Anyway, all I'm saying, man, shout out to Oscar De La Hoya. He looked great in the workout. Got the 8-pack. He looked better than a lot of you mother effers. He's looking better than these relevant boxers. These old boxers, not old. These old, good shape, elderly people that's supposed to be the boxing. Good shape, elderly people. These legends are capitalizing off it's capitalizing off the opportunity that y'all leaving on the table. They getting y'all money. Man, even rappers gonna come. Rappers and basketball players, they gonna come to the sport of boxing and gonna snatch your money. Matter of fact, y'all gonna be looking at them. Y'all gonna be begging to work with Jake Paul. Hey, yo, I wanna be in the undercard of Jake Paul. What a shit is going on in the sport of boxing. He's doing something good, but that's some funny shit. Get it together, y'all promoters. Hey, yo, for yo guys that have the power to get these fights, get it done. Get it done. Get these fights done. Stop running your careers like on eggshells. Oh, but you know it's harder. Get it done, man. Do your own shit then. If you claim you're a boss, man, do a YouTube show. Get your own website. Do what musicians had to do. You know what I'm saying? Be real independent. There's a lot of great independent shows. Shout out to Bad Promotions out there in Miami. Get with them. Get with get with Davies Promotion. Get with these guys, man. If they give you a hard time to get these fights and they putting you on the shelf, man, get with these independent promotion and start a whole new boxing. How about that? You waiting on ESPN? Y'all waiting on PBC? Y'all waiting? If y'all were Al, if y'all were Bob, y'all were Eddie, and they putting you on your shelf and you just waiting on them? Come on, man. Come on, we living in a new day and age. It's independent, man. Let's make it happen.